The diagram shows the apparatus a student used to prepare a dry sample of a chlorine. Chlorine is more denser, so it's having a high density. Complete the box to name the apparatus. What is the name of the apparatus on the left hand side? So on the left hand side we have a conical flask, and on the right hand side we have a gas jar. The difference between gas jar and measuring cylinder, inverted measuring cylinder, that gas jar does not have marking, and measuring cylinder, if this was a measuring cylinder, it will have marking on it. The next question, use the diagram to identify the two mistakes student made. Normally the answer is given in the question. We want to prepare a dry sample of a chlorine, and chlorine is more denser. So what are the two mistakes? You can find from the apparatus as shown. So the gas jar did not put the bung, that's one thing. The stopper is not there. And the gas jar, because it is a denser, so it should be other way around. As the chlorine is denser, the gas jar should be on the lower side or should not be inverted. Suggest one reason why a gas jar produced in flask 1 is passed through a concentrated sulfuric acid. So what is the purpose of the sulfuric acid? Sulfuric acid can be a dehydrating agent or a drying agent. Here we are using this as a drying agent because if it is removing the water by a physical way, that it's called a drying agent. Describe a test. Why we cannot say a dehydrating agent? Because dehydrating means by a chemical change it removes the water from a substance, then we call a dehydrating. Like there was an example, say glucose was there, and when we add a concentrated sulfuric acid, that glucose turn into carbon and water molecules are released. When we use sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid here, we call that concentrated sulfuric acid as a dehydrating agent. But in this case, it is not by a chemical way, it is not removing or changing the composition of a substance. So it is a drying agent. Describe a test for chlorine, how we can test a chlorine gas. A damp blue litmus, and it will bleach. Suggest why this experiment is done in a fume cupboard, like why we are not letting the vapors to escape. So chlorine is a toxic gas. If it is inhaled, the toxic gas, whenever a toxic gas is released during a process, that should be carried out in a fume cupboard. Question 2. A student investigated the reaction between aqueous sodium carbonate and aqueous barium nitrate. The burette is filled with aqueous sodium carbonate. 7 test tubes were labeled 1 to 7. Measuring cylinder was used to pour 6 cm cube of aqueous barium nitrate, and experiment is done, you adding 1 cm cube, then 2, and so on. Use a ruler to measure the height of a solid form in each test tube in the diagram and record the height of the solid form. So volume of aqueous sodium carbonate, complete the table for volume of aqueous sodium carbonate. You can use the screen annotation for this. Complete the table volume of aqueous sodium carbonate. If you check the test tube, the first test tube 1, we use 1 cm cube of sodium carbonate, then 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Height of the solid form, so using a ruler, the scale, you have to measure this height. As we are not using the hard copy, this is a soft copy, so it will not be accurate. But you can clearly see that in test tube 5, 6, and 7, it's an equal amount of the solid form or the precipitate. The reason is that the reaction is complete or one of the reactant is used up. So you'll complete this row by measuring the height of the solid form. Plot the results on the grid and draw two intersecting lines of best fit and label the axis. X-axis, Y-axis you have height, and on X-axis you have volume of sodium carbonate. Which is in cm cube. So the intersecting straight lines, two intersecting straight lines, how we'll plot? For first 4 test tube, the height is increasing and then it is constant. So what we have when we plot these results, I'm just roughly sketching because I don't have the values right now. It was 1, the volume which was added was 1, 2, 4, 5. So we'll have 1, 2, there will be a value at 4, 5, and then the last 3 remain constant. So the two intersecting straight lines, when you draw the first trend and the second trend, the point where they intersect, that shows that is the point where the reaction is complete. Like volume of sodium carbonate reacted completely with barium nitrate. And these precipitate are due to barium carbonate. From your graph, deduce the height of a solid form when 3 cm cube of aqueous sodium carbonate is added. So when 3 cm cube of aqueous sodium carbonate is added, you will draw a line when the volume is 3 and find the height of the precipitates. Deduce the trend in the height of a solid form from test tube 1 to test tube 7. So what happened? What is the trend in the formation of the solid? So it was increasing and then it will be constant. And if it is a straight line, we can also say they are proportional to each other. The height of the precipitate and the volume of sodium carbonate was proportional, and then it became constant. So it increases, but in test tube 6, 7, 8, it remained the same. Predict what would happen if the experiment were continue until 3 further test tube, each containing 6 cm cube of barium nitrate and separately adding 9, 10, and 11 of aqueous sodium carbonate. Will it affect the result? So it will not affect the result. Why? Because already all the barium nitrate basically is reacted, so it does not have any effect on the height of the precipitate. One of the reactant used up, so because the reactant barium nitrate used up already in the 5th test tube. Suggest one change to the apparatus used that could make to obtain more accurate results. So what change we can make to the apparatus so that we can have a more accurate result? We can use a pipette or a burette to add, because in the beginning we use a measuring cylinder to add barium nitrate. So we can use a burette instead of measuring cylinder. Suggest a different method to measure the amount of solid formed during the experiment. Here what we are doing, we are measuring the height of the precipitate form. But what else we can do to measure the amount of solid form? So we can filter, then we dry, and then we measure the mass by using a balance. So filter it, then we will dry, and then we will measure the mass of solid or PPT. Suggest how the reliability of the result could be checked. How we can check that the results are reliable. So we can repeat the experiment with same volume and calculate an average and compare the results. So by repetition and calculating the average and comparing the result will increase the accuracy or reliability of the results. Question 3. Two substances, solution F and G, were analyzed. Solution F was a dilute hydrochloric acid and test was done on solution F and G. Test on solution F. Complete the expected observation. The pH, because it's a strong acid, so strong acid, it can have a pH. You're not supposed to write a range here. You should write a number, because they're asking for pH. So pH, so any value from 1 to 0, basically even 0 to 3 is acceptable because it's a strong acid. So you write 2, you write 3, you write 1, all are acceptable. Magnesium ribbon was added to solution F. So we add HCl to a magnesium ribbon. The gas produced was tested. What is the observation when acid react with metal? So the gas observation, first we'll observe phase and with a lighted splint. So it will be bubbles or phase and lighted splint, it pops. Dilution of the solution, yes, it affects the acidity of a substance. If even for example you have HCl, if you have a concentrated HCl, it will have a lower pH, like example 1. But if it is a dilute HCl, it will make it like 3. So dilution of a solution affects the pH of the solution as well. When you make a solution dilute, acidic solution, if you make dilute, the pH will increase. Alkaline solution, if you make them dilute, the pH will decrease. Because they mentioned here it's a dilute HCl. It will make it not weaker. The term weaker acid means it is ionized partially, but its pH will change. pH, like if a strong acid like strong HCl is having a pH 1, but if I continuously add water, I can change the pH of that strong acid to 3, value 3, 3.2. The next part, dilute nitric acid and aqueous silver nitrate. So this is a test for halide ion, and already we know there is a halide or a chloride ion. What is the observation? It will give white PPT of silver. Sometimes they ask state the formula of PPT. So these are the white PPT of silver chloride. Dilute nitric acid formation, dilute nitric acid and aqueous barium nitrate is added. So that is a test for sulfate ion, but we don't have sulfate ion, so no reaction or no visible change. No visible observation, no change, no observation. You can write these terms. Test on solid G. So we have solid G. The appearance, it's a white solid, so that gives an idea there is no transition element. It's a non-transition element salt, no transition element. Hydrochloric acid is poured, a gas is produced, was tested, lime water turned milky. So the gas which is given off is carbon dioxide, and acid react with carbonate, gives carbon dioxide. So this confirms there is a carbonate ion. An excess of sodium hydroxide was added, a white PPT form which was insoluble in excess. So white PPT form which is insoluble in excess, what this gives an idea about. And the second test, because white PPT insoluble in excess, and the second one with aqueous ammonia there is no reaction, so that confirmed the presence of the calcium ion. So identify solid G. So solid G is calcium carbonate. The last question, which is related to planning of experiment. Student is planning an experiment in which steel nails rust in the presence of air and water. Shows that the coating steel nail with the paint help to protect nail from rusting. Show that the coating steel nail with zinc help to protect from rusting, and determine which coating is more effective at protecting the steel from rusting. You're provided with uncoated steel nails. You have the steel nails coated with paint, and you have the steel nails coated with zinc and common lab apparatus. So for a fair comparison, because the rate of the rusting is affected by the environmental conditions such as the amount of water in the atmosphere, the surrounding. So we should keep the water, also the same, like the surrounding at the same level of humidity. So first what we will do, we'll take a test tube, and we'll take 3 separate test tube. What we have to do, we have to state that steel and paint both reduce, like protect the steel nails from rusting, help to prevent the nail from rusting, and then we have to say that which is effective. So what we will do, we will take equal amount or equal set So first we'll take equal number of the nails, then fill 3 test tube with equal amount distilled water. Then we will leave the apparatus, take equal number of test tube, or we can take equal mass of test tube, take equal number of nails or take equal masses of the nail. Then we will leave the apparatus, normally a rate of a rusting, it's a slow process, so we'll leave the apparatus for example 15 days. And we will filter to remove nails and reweight. We have filtered to remove nails, then we will dry and reweight again and compare the masses. Because normally what happen, if a rusting occur, that because if we scratch the surface of iron which is rusted, then the layer of the iron will be removed, a layer of the rust will be removed. But otherwise, if we are not scratching the surface, then the layer of the rust will remain on the surface and the mass will increase because it is taking moisture, water and oxygen, so the mass will increase. So compare the masses of nail. The experiment which show small change in mass is better. Yes, we can also use a sandpaper to remove the layer of the rust, and then we'll compare the masses. So both ways are there. If we are not scratching or remove using a sandpaper, and we'll measure the mass just after filter and dry, we are comparing the mass of the nail with rust. So experiment which shows small change in mass is the best coating. Is it clear? So this was May-June 2019, paper 6, variant 1.